Hi, I'm Joey Russell.
And I'm Vanessa Mazariegos. We'd like to welcome you guys today to our very first TVRA MediaFest from home.
In a year that's been universally challenging for everybody, our students have learned to navigate through this difficult world and create.
I know that this COVID-19 lockdown for sure had its effects on my school year, but that's okay because learning new techniques from home is always a good thing.
Today, we will be showing you a snippet of our student-produced news program and the best of their TVRA classes. Sit tight and enjoy.
Hello, and welcome to Montgomery College's EFP TV, a place where talented and creative minds come together. Today, we will share with you a story about COVID-19 and its effects on small businesses. Plus, we will hear from one of our EFP students as she talks about developing cultural sensitivity. Also, we will talk to a pair of EFP students about emergency financial aid information for Montgomery College students. Later, we will hear about fashion trends from an EFP fashion expert. And of course, we cannot forget about our informative student PSAs. We have a lot in store for you, so get ready because EFP TV starts right now.
Hi, and welcome to EFP TV. My name's Joey Russell, and I'm here with Robin Smith, JT Bojang, and Vanessa Mazariegos.
Thanks, Joey. And I think we can all agree that this year has been one of the most challenging obstacles we've had to face. And today we will be exploring different ways that people have been using to cope.
First, we're going to take a look at how small businesses have adapted to the new COVID landscape.
And here today on EFP TV, we'll be taking a look at restaurants that have been struggling during the pandemic.
Let's go!
I think we can all agree that 2020 so far has been one of the most unprecedented times of our lives. No Limit Fitness / Sports Performance and DNL Dog Training are two of the very many small businesses that were forced to completely shut down during COVID-19 lockdown. Not everybody had the luxury to work from home whilst providing for their family.
COVID initially had a very negative effect because gyms were closed down completely. We classify under a boutique gym, so we could run operations for the beginning part of the stay-at-home order, but once Maryland locked down hard, we had to close shop, and meaning no money coming in.
Mandatory rules and regulations were put in place to keep everybody safe as these small businesses slowly started to reopen. Having a face covering at all times, sanitization of all equipment, and more than 6 feet apart at all times are just some of the mandatory rules that are put in place. Social media quickly became the small businesses' best friends throughout the COVID-19 lockdown. Using social media platforms like Instagram was these small businesses' way of continuing to support their customers and their clients in a safe, socially distanced way. Although COVID-19 had its fair share of negative impacts on small businesses, some of these small businesses still found a way to stay positive and do their best to keep their business up and running.
So since COVID, I've been really motivated to just keep going hard. I've seen a lot of people lose their job, including me. I really found my passion with this dog training, and a year later, I'm finally moved out. With all my dogs, I have more dogs than ever.
Small businesses just like No Limit Fitness and Sports Performance and DNL Dog Training are continuing to grow and adapt to the new way of life every single day.
I definitely think, people should start supporting local small businesses. I think it's essential to make a community thrive.
If you can, please go out and support any small local businesses in your area.
Safely and socially distanced. It will be greatly appreciated.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm Vanessa Mazariegos for EFP TV.
COVID-19 has hit all businesses hard, and it has been a punishing year for restaurants. As Americans stay inside and refrain from going out to eat, small and independently owned restaurants are facing massive uncertainty. Some of them had to shut down, some of them had to lay off their employees, some of them even don't know what to do, and some of them are trying to adapt themselves to welcome their customer again. In Bethesda, Maryland, like many other restaurants, Peter's Carryout adapted his business model during COVID-19. The restaurant owner, Ned, told us about his restaurant and its future during pandemic.
My name is Ned. I've owned Peter's Carryout for 31 years. Now we are probably down 60-70%. Not much inside business. A lot of people are frightened to come in. We have our regulars that still support us and come in for carry out, and we've changed our hours. So we have 14 stools here. We used to turn those over probably around 7-8 times a day, maybe give or take. We have 10 people all day through the day sit here. It's just not, and that's spread out. We're open from 8 to 4:30 now. And then the evening business, like I said, is gone, shot. We're gonna hang in there the best we can. We get a lot of support from our regular customers, a lot of support. We get a lot of donations, really helps. It's probably gonna get a little worse before it gets any better. And I can't adjust, I can't keep changing my prices. So we're just being real careful and just really trying to watch everything.
Like Ned said, it is probably getting worse before it gets better. Peter's Carryout is having hard times like other small businesses during pandemic. But thanks to their customers, they are still surviving. They want to get back their businesses after pandemic. For EFP TV, Sinan Tufan.
Those are some fascinating stories from MC's media program, but we have much more in store for you.
Next year on EFP TV, we're not only going to be spotlighting a local indie filmmaker in his journey through COVID, but also giving you guys some cool life hacks for green screens at home.
But first, we have some student-produced PSAs. Let's take a look.
I really like this restaurant today. We should come here again sometime.
Yeah, this was awesome. We really should do this again. I think the service was amazing.
Now, more than ever, it's important to help each other out. Tips are how your server makes a living, so please, remember to help them out.
Since the beginning of 2020, masks have been an integral part of our daily routine. While it is true that masks can protect you, they are mostly meant to keep you from infecting others. For example, when you sneeze with one on, all germs are contained within the mask, leaving clean air for the rest to breathe. For those who are immunodeficient, a sneeze can mean life or death. Be considerate and think about who you can save by wearing a mask. You never know who may be vulnerable. So please, next time you go out, pandemic or not, remember to wear a mask whenever you feel ill.
Have you ever had to talk? Not the one about the birds and the bees. No, the one that Black families have. The one where Black parents tell their children how to act in front of police. The one where Black mothers tell their sons that they can't wear hoodies anymore. The one where Black fathers tell their daughters to not be that angry Black woman stereotype. The one where parents explain why an unarmed Black person was killed and no justice was served. Until you have those conversations, you have no clue what it's like to be Black in America. Simple things like jogging, driving, shopping, and existing can lead to police harassment, assault, or death. Enough is enough. Demand Congress take action and reform the police. We can't wait any longer.
Welcome back. We are so excited to share the segment students prepared for you. Keep watching for anything that any film fan or student will be extremely interested in.
You're right, Robin. And not only the stuff local and indie filmmakers are making, but also how to use a green screen, something necessary for a filmmaker and somebody who wants to have fun. Let's check it out.
On March 19, 2020, the state of California went into lockdown, and with it, the production of many major films came to a sudden halt. It's been over half a year since then, and the pandemic doesn't look like it's going to let up anytime soon. With the big filmmakers on ice, we turn our attention to local independent filmmakers to see what has kept them busy during this trying time. The pandemic has made it much more difficult to film. Hollywood has adapted by creating a safe environment where everyone involved is regularly tested and sanitized. As for independent film, safety is much harder to manage without the proper funding. This leads to unfinished projects and often cancellation. This hasn't stopped independent filmmakers from refining their skills, as platforms like YouTube allow them to continue their passion. Malik Stevens, a local independent filmmaker, is one of many who has had to make the transition to YouTube because of the pandemic. Over on YouTube, Steven has combined his two passions, fishing and film, as he waits for the world to return to normal.
In the beginning, it was really it was sort of like a negative impact it had, just because I had done a lot of screenwriting before, and I planned on starting doing my own personal shooting and stuff on things that I've been working on, but COVID messed that up. So I love fishing, and I turned my focus to making a short documentary-esque style fishing videos until I can get back to what I'm doing.
With most Hollywood movies being delayed far into 2021, this opens up more opportunities for independent films to be seen.
I think movies are a permanent part of our culture. I think that maybe not as many people will go to theaters to see them in the future as they are now. And as I said before, I think that's a mixed blessing. On the one hand, we do miss that social experience of participating in a work of art collectively, so we feel each other's energy. But on the other hand, it means that a lot more people are going to be given a chance to actually show us their stuff. Hey, as Dr. Natural said in the 60s, the future lies ahead.
Despite the pandemic, independent films have had more eyes on them than ever before. The internet has made it easier to stream films and even helped film festivals achieve record-breaking success this year. The Middleburg Film Festival is just one such example, having adapted their yearly routine to showcase their stunning catalog of movies online for everyone. The future is bright. There are many lessons to learn, and this is a valuable time to make anything. So please, go out and film safely. This has been Tommy Cruz from EFP TV signing off.
During this pandemic, social media has become an even more enticing space than ever before for students and creative young people. From live streams to how-to videos to viral TikTokers, everyone is trying to get an edge on the competition, and one way they do that is by using a green screen.
There's just a ton of streamers popping up now, so you have to be able to do something that kind of sets yourself ahead of them. Highlight your stream in a way that people are attracted to it naturally. Ones with the high entertainment value that really stand out, they're the ones that get the sponsorships, they're the ones that get deals with YouTube, like $1 million contracts. They're the ones that get fought over, and they make the big bucks ultimately.
The use of green screens at home has become a necessity for students in video and television courses in the current environment, but these at-home setups can be noticeably lackluster. MCTV's John Watson gave some insight into his experiences with green screen and how it is used professionally.
If you're trying to do a full virtual set or something more sophisticated, yes, you will need something more elaborate. But for most green screen applications that people are doing using post-production tools like Premiere or After Effects, I think if you can have the opportunity to do some green screen work, I think it will be something that you would find yourself using probably wherever you go. ENG style recording, and they use chroma keys. So I would say definitely getting some experience with it and learning how it works. That are in the $15 to $20 range that are full-sized green screens.
Oh yeah.
7 feet by 5 feet. So, this can be done. For somebody to spend $20 on a piece of green cloth if they're trying to make a home studio makes sense.
Now, just because campus is closed down, it doesn't mean you're completely out of luck. Here are a few locations that can help groups use this technology when they're looking for something a little more professional. The Celebro studio is geared more towards a newscast or political talk show. Because of this, their regulations are a little stricter than average. If that's not a turn-off to you, their packages start at £950 plus tax. And contrary to your first impressions, they do also have dealings in US dollars. For those working on a slightly smaller budget, there are 3 websites that can be useful when working with green screen technology. Unscreen is a quick fix site that can get rid of a messed up background. Free clips are created from anything under 10 seconds, and if you go over that time, prices start at $2.99, varying depending on the total length of your video. If you find yourself away from your computer, but still need to edit the video you just created quickly, KineMaster has got you covered at only $4.99 per month, or $39.99 per year. This program comes with features that allow a creative editor to blend images and effects. One drawback is that you may still have to purchase a colored background from a craft store to get an instant chroma key. ChromaVid is an on-the-go app designed for active editors, using real-time effects that help give all the videos taken by your mobile phone that professional look for only $2.99 a year. This app has a built-in chroma key to add with real-time recording and allow social sharing once you're finished. Both apps do require the use of either an Android 4.0 and above, or an iOS 12.0 or above model.
Hopefully everyone's picked up a few pointers that they can use for their next production. For EFP TV, I've been Chris Gallo. Thank you so much for watching.
Wow, EFB TV was for sure so much fun to work on with the rest of my class this semester. I can't wait for you guys to see the rest of our show. Next up, we have the best of audio from Jared, Josh, Robin, and Addison.
You are rocking with DJ Callie Mae, and this is...
What do you mean?
Song really speaks to me. I really hope this song spoke to you. What it says to me, and I hope it says it for you too, that every day, and always remember, you have a fire inside of you. Each and every one of you listening right now, you have a fire inside of you. And every day you choose to either feed it and let it grow and let that fire carry you to do amazing things in your life and to make a change in your life, or you let your fire die out. And I really hope all of you during these trying times are finding new and inventive ways to spark your fire. Let's get into this next song. Let's keep these good vibes going, and I hope your fire gets ignited right now.
Wait, who are you? Also, did you just say an island getaway package? My very own island getaway? Well, Tom Nook, where do I sign up? You're saying I just need to get Animal Crossing New Horizons? Sounds easy enough to me. Let's go. Wanting to find a way to escape from work, school, or any other stressors of life? Grab yourself the best-selling Nintendo game Animal Crossing New Horizons and build your very own island with family, friends, and your local Animal Crossing villagers. Head to your nearest in-store or online retailer to pick up a copy for yourself. Yes, they're gonna pay for it, Tom. I'm positive you'll get your bells.
There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and it looks like it's climbing clear up to the sky. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Oh, what a beautiful day.
May I have your attention, please? Let's talk about social justice. Let's talk about politics. Let's talk about culture. Let's talk about healthcare. Let's talk about traveling. Let's talk about being a woman. Let's talk about existing while being Black. Let's talk about it.
Welcome to the show.
Hi, and welcome to Let's Talk About It. I'm your host, Robin Smith. Now, today we're going to be talking about Joe Biden and some of his potential cabinet picks. I'm also going to be discussing the failure that is Nancy Pelosi. And then also discussing, if people want to leave the country in the future, what they should do.
I just love me some Oklahoma on a Monday afternoon. Those are some really well-produced pieces. I couldn't even tell they were done from home. Now we have Tiffany Orden, Jason Holt from TVRA 140 editing.
We are a flexible and innovative species, and we have the capacity to adapt and modify our behavior. Now, we most certainly have to do so if we're to deal with climate change. It's the biggest challenge we have yet faced.
The same thing that keeps the earth warm, CO2 may make the earth too warm. It holds in heat. Methane, chlorofluorocarbons, water vapor, and carbon dioxide. They all trap heat. Methane, chlorofluorocarbons, water vapor, and carbon dioxide. They all trap heat. It is important that the world get together to face the problems which attack us as a unit. The evidence is clear. The globe is getting too warm. We can avoid climate catastrophes. We can do this. We can change the world. Science offers us answers to these huge challenges. It's one global ecosystem. We can do this. We can change the world.
What great representation from our video editing classes this semester. Now let's welcome best of our 2030-2034 classes from Joey Russell, Sinan Toussaint, Peter Pereira, and Zach Campbell.
There are 250 million registered voter in the United States. When we unite and turn our confidence into an action, we have tremendous influence. We, the people, have the power to shape our country and community. We can make the future prouder than it's ever been. Register right now and vote. Change your future.
Hi, and welcome back to Joey's Botany Show. Today, I'll be showing you how to cut and fertilize your bonsai tree. Come along! is my Jupiter pine bonsai tree. It is about 42 weeks old. Now what you're going to want to do when fertilizing your plant is take away about 1/4 of the top of dirt. You are then going to want to take your fertilizer and sprinkle it as evenly as possible as you can around the bonsai tree. As you can see, I'm drenching it with water, and that's because I just put fertilizer down, but you'd usually only water it once every 3 days. Now for a little trim.
Good morning, everybody! Yes, I'm talking to you, and you. You better be up and ready to rock it, cause it's Friday. And you know what that means. It's Fitness Friday! Pull-ups are your go-to exercise to get a V-shaped back by targeting your latissimus dorsi, aka lats. How do you do it? Grab the bar with your palms. Next is the dumbbell single arm row. This is another great exercise for your lats. Place one leg in front of the other as if you were going to take a step. Bend your knees. Alright my friends, that's all the time we have. Have a terrific weekend. I'll be back next week with another episode of Fitness Friday. Until then, stay fit.
Welcome to Minecraft. Today we're going to be playing with Froxy and Spire, but you guys know them as Joey and Chris from class. So this is going to be a little bit of an adventure. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to play a multiplayer server called arxearth.com. We started off like anybody else, punching wood to get our start. It's always slow starting off in Minecraft, but believe me, we picked up the pace very, very fast. So we started by strip mining and just carving out a huge space underneath our base that we are going to build a farm on. The plan here was that this farm would be the foundation of everything that sustained us. And it turned out great.
I got him. Hell yeah. He fell in the lava.
Finally, justice had been served. We had some fun. It was a really good time. We got to do everything we set out for. We got our PvP in. It was a really good time. Even though none of us really knew what we were doing, not gonna lie, it was still really fun.
What great work. I'm really going to miss creating videos with all my classmates. And now for a special nomination from our beginning TVRA 120 production class. Here's a video nomination by Professor Kosh, Addison.
As we know, since March of 2020, we've been in a completely virtual world. Whether it's for work, learning, or even our social lives, for the most part, we're living it through a screen. Hey y'all, I'm Addison, and today we're talking about virtual fatigue. Now let's dive in. According to Psychiatric Times, virtual fatigue can be defined as tiredness, worry, or burnout associated with the overuse of communication platforms, specifically virtual ones. So, how does virtual fatigue work? Virtual fatigue is impacted by three main hormones: cortisol, which is known as the stress hormone, oxytocin, which is known as a feel-good hormone, and melatonin, which is known as a sleep hormone. Due to the pandemic, our bodies have been under a constant state of stress. And because of that stress, we produce more cortisol, which isn't good for us. And because we're not able to have that person-to-person interaction with our loved ones or just anyone, it can make it really hard to produce oxytocin. And lastly, because of having to look at our screens all the time, whether it's our laptops, tablets, or phones, we're exposed to more blue light, which delays the way that our body releases melatonin. So today, we're going to hear from a group of individuals who usually are impacted by virtual fatigue, but we don't get a chance to hear from them. Young people are the most affected for a variety of reasons. And today, we've brought on a few people to talk about their experiences with virtual fatigue. So let's get a chance to hear from them.
Today really made me miss the studio on campus.
Thank you all for watching.
If you enjoyed today's student productions, make sure to tune in this May 2021 for our second Media Fest this school year.
I'm Joey Rushell. Thank you for joining us.
And I'm Vanessa Mazriegos. We'll see you in May.